to Studio 1A today, Oj, on a very gloomy Sunday morning here as we enjoy the...
Gloomy is a good way to describe it, and I don't mean the weather.
Oh, I know, Oj is struggling today. He forgot his cheaters. He has 87 pairs of cheater glasses and didn't bring one with him. But I'm a little concerned that you're driving an automobile without the glasses, but you can't see your phone.
Right, it's not an auto driving issue. I got 4 pairs of readers and now 1 in my truck, and I'm blaming this whole 8 a.m. on a Sunday deal, because I'll tell you what, for as good as I performed these last couple of weeks, I'm not bringing much to the table today. I can't see a thing. I can't even listen to the lyrics. I can't read these questions unless my arm was a foot longer.
Have you ever thought about going to the eye doctor?
No, I just wear readers and I don't have them. I already made that point clear, I thought.
Oh, well, it might be a gloomy day, but you're brightening mine, that's for sure.
Let's get this going.
Okay, well, what do we got going on tap here? A little college football, NFL? Where would you like to start today?
Well, I guess we got to start with the college games yesterday. Number 1, Georgia struggled to say the least. They almost got upset by Kentucky, 13-12. And a not so impressive performance by them. Alabama put up about 100 on Purdue, or not Alabama, Notre Dame, sorry.
Yep.
Took out their frustrations from the final or the previous week on Purdue. So they rolled. Other than that,
Alabama put the boots to Wisconsin.
yeah, Badgers hung on early, and then I think they were even ahead maybe after 1 quarter, but they lost their quarterback, which certainly doesn't help there.
Never does.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Michigan does not have one.
I heard they were bringing in Ken Holford to teach him the single wing.
I mean, how do you? We talked about this yesterday too. How does Michigan's quarterback room get to this point? I mean, didn't they have a post J.J. McCarthy plan?
You would think that they would have no trouble recruiting guys that could play that position.
So this, we talked about what a great story that Jaden Davis was, but he was underwhelming for sure yesterday. I think he was 11 of 14 for 122 yards and 3 picks.
Was this Arkansas State?
Yes. So, and the fact that he's won that job outright over Alex Orji and these other guys. I know this Jack Tuttle, I think his name was. He was a starter. I'm not sure where he came over the transfer portal. He's injured. Maybe he was their plan, but that's ugly.
It'll be some tough sledding in Ann Arbor come
October. They're gonna have to figure something out there. I just don't understand how it got to that point. I mean, they should have had. You got to have a plan, right? Post JJ.
You would think they would have no trouble implementing that plan.
Tennessee 71 points they put up. Oregon had a big win over their rival, Oregon State, the in-state rival. Miami looks good. Of course, it's only Ball State. I don't know what else. LSU
came big.
Their boy almost lost again.
Why is he my boy?
Oh, he's kind of like him.
I do like him, but I don't consider him my boy.
36,
and with an attitude like that, you're no longer going to be my boy.
And your boy over there at Florida State.
Holy cow.
He might be done.
Well, I mean,
that's...
they never recovered from not getting in the playoffs last year. Florida State's in rough shape. How about your boy, Billy Napier?
What happened to them yesterday?
They got beat again. He might not. By the time we get done taping this podcast, he might be fired.
Yeah, that's ugly. Who did they lose to yesterday?
I don't even know.
I'd find it on my phone, but I can't see.
Yeah, you should have some cheaters
that are top 25. Anyway, I don't think anybody really cares who Florida lost to yesterday. So.
No.
NFL. The only positive is can't possibly be worse than what it was last Sunday for me, wager-wise.
Oh, I thought the Cowboys actually performed pretty well last week.
We could get into that wager talk stuff.
I noticed you're not even rocking any Cowboy swag.
That's because this isn't even my game day outfit. Rolled out of bed and found the nearest T-shirt and threw it on. So I'll be putting my Cowboy gear on later on. They're at home with New Orleans today. Yeah,
they look good.
Their defense was all over the place. Mike Zimmer's crew looked outstanding last week, but part of that I think is Cleveland sucks. And, so
don't they say Cleveland rocks?
I'm not going to get too. I'm not going to get too crazy. They got New Orleans coming in today. We'll see what happens with them. What's the story with Jordan Love?
They say the last I had heard, and again I'm completely oblivious to the world at this point, but that they're not completely ruling him out for today, which I don't think he's playing. I think that Willis is going to play, and I bet you it's going to be much like the Michigan quarterback situation there.
Yeah, well, Willis obviously been prepping all week, so you'd think that that'd be a situation. Trying to look in the Milwaukee Journal to see if we have anything here.
Watching Oj try to read his phone right now is absolutely awesome. This is just the highlight of my day.
They have no updates in the Journal on what's going to happen with him, so. Yeah, who do they have, Colts?
Yeah, they play the Colts. I think the Colts are favored too. I don't know if I think the Packs got a little more than people think. I think their running game's going to probably be on display today.
Packers and Cowboys are both at 1 o'clock, so that make my dad crabby when he comes down to watch the game. Can't watch it.
I have to watch the Pack and you're watching
Yeah, well, I guess we can put a couple games on the screen now, but that'll drive me nuts, so,
Do you know how to do that?
no. Packers. This is unbelievable. Plus 2.5 at home.
Yeah, I think I would, if I was a sports gambler, I'd probably take that one.
Well, you still got the floor later because we ended in a tie last week. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're doing that too.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was a pretty good week in the NFL last week, other than the fact that my betting tips sucked and they lost on the Bengals right off the bat in Survivor.
Oh yeah,
And I wasn't the only one there.
well, that was one that a lot of people probably got duped on because New England was the surprise of the weekend. Would you say?
I would say so. That was that 2 years in a row Cincinnati lost in the opener. So that, but there's a second chance pool on that Survivor, so I live to fight another day here. But yeah, I don't know. But it was all a week ago now. What else happened? The Giants are horrible.
Yep, they are horrible. I'm looking for the season.
Carolina's horrible.
Yeah, Carolina's got the #1 pick for the next draft, and I am interested to see how your boy Aaron Rodgers performs today.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah, they did not look good at all. And again, I know San Fran is our Super Bowl picks, but the Jets did not look good at all. So I'm interested to see how they play against the Titans today.
Yeah, I mean the one thing with the Jets that you were supposed to count on was this vaunted defense that they have, and they gave up, I think, points on 8 straight possessions
Without McCaffrey.
to San Fran. Well, McCaffrey's up on the IR.
I know a lot of fantasy people are not happy right now.
I know at least one who isn't, but yeah, for sure he's out like 4 weeks. Detroit, hard-fought overtime win against the Rams.
Yep,
They aren't bad, by the way.
No, the Rams
Again.
are pretty good. Stafford is good, man. He got a bad rap with how rotten Detroit was when he played there, but he's a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, so we will see today. We'll get into that a little bit more, but like I said, it was fun first NFL week. Looking forward to the games today. Huskies got a win yesterday, solid performance over Hillsdale.
Beautiful day to watch football.
Oh, was it ever? Yeah, it was. I mean, and actually there was a little bit of shade to keep that sun from beating on you the whole time over there, but it was 80
There was
degrees.
no shade for us.
No,
It was a little warm down there.
it was comfortable up at the VIP box. So yeah, it was fun. Good win for the Huskies.
What else? Anything else going
How'd
on?
Northern do yesterday?
They got beat by lacrosse.
Score?
35-21 maybe, something like that. Yeah, they got beat by lacrosse. They got Alma next week. Huskies are off to Oshkosh.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's time of year. Anything else we need any other sports things before
No,
we
let's move on. I can't read my phone.
Well, it's going to be great, and I'm looking forward to hearing you talk about Copper Country Sauna.
Well, hey, the print in this is huge, so that helps. Copper Country Sauna is the premier sauna builder in the Keweenaw, led by 2 brothers-in-law that share a passion for saunas and want to provide custom saunas to the Copper Country residents. When you are ready to throw some water on the rocks, visit our website at coppercountrysauna.com or give us a call at 906-281-9427. That was way better than I thought it would be.
You did a hell of a job. I guess on a side note, I watched a little Cal game Friday night. A lot of positive feedback from the podcast. A lot of listeners out there are giving us the old thumbs up when they see us. Yesterday as well.
Yeah, high school football, we didn't even mention that. Area teams Houghton handled Hancock relatively easily. Calumet game didn't feel like it was a 29-0 game.
No, that was a pretty, Cal kids battled pretty hard, Nagani's pretty good.
Nagani's good up front, and that was a big difference in that game. And they separated at the end, but it was 8-0 at halftime, and Cal had a couple chances there to you know, put a few drives together, had some big runs, but just not enough to deal with that, you know, that impressive offensive front Nagani has. So Miners will be a tough beat this year for sure.
Yeah, some good games coming up. You know, interested to see that match up when they play Kingsford, Menominee, those types of games. But Lakes got a win yesterday. They beat North Dick. So for their first win, that was good. Other than that, I did fill you in that Rockford did come back and beat Granville.
Yeah, I quit reading those though.
Clarkston was able to hang on and beat Oxford. All right. Oach just doesn't have the passion for high school football that I was hoping he would have. But hey, speaking of high school football, today in Crouchy's Corner, we got one of Cal's best players ever.
Yeah, it was a fun interview. It was good to sit down and talk with Emmett again. Certainly, when you talk about quarterbacks, since I was, you know, my years of coaching in Cal, he's right at the top of the list, if not the top of the list. You know, he was a heck of a quarterback for us. Like I mentioned to him and to you, I think one of our best two-way players that we've had over the years also, and turned a quarterback recruit into one hell of a safety at Michigan Tech. You had some experience coaching him as well, which we talked about in the All-Star game, so it was fun to talk to Emmett Bajorn.
Yeah, what a kid. Like I said, talented athlete, but even better person to talk to. So I think these guys are going to really enjoy hearing this interview with Emmett Bajorn. At Mountain Slaughter PC, our dedicated team of lawyers serves clients in various areas of law: personal injury, family law, criminal defense, and business and real estate law. We offer exceptional legal representation and strive for our clients' most favorable outcomes. Contact us for a consultation at 774-2480. Let's hit the mailbag today, Oj. We got some questions, a couple of good ones, a couple of not so good ones, but I'm guessing I'll probably have to read these today.
There's no doubt about it. Let me see if I can get this first one. All right, I'm gonna give it a shot here. In your opinion, is the greatest quarterback to not win a Super Bowl Dan Marino? Oh, no, there's a question mark. Who is the greatest? I can't read it. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're on.
Hell of an effort, Oj. Call to the bullpen. In your opinion, is the greatest quarterback to
That's not worded right.
Yeah, Jesse's got to get hooked on phonics. In your opinion, who is the greatest quarterback to not win a Super Bowl? Dan Marino should be the only answer. Do you think college football would ever adopt the new NFL kickoff procedures? Jesse from Appleton, huge Shane Burkhardt fan. First of all, he's asking a question and telling us what our answer needs to be.
Yeah.
Is that going to? Is he?
Well, I think he wants to have his own horn tooted there a little bit.
Is he flirting with a suspension? Been a while since someone in that household got suspended. We just don't care that much.
Marino's the correct answer, but the other names, and you just mentioned them, so I'm not going to take credit for them, but I will mention them. Dan Fouts is one. That was a great answer with the Chargers. And of course, Jim Kelly in there 4 times in a row, right?
Yeah, Jim Kelly was the first one that came to mind with that.
Modern day Dak Prescott.
Jordan Love.
Hey, Dak was the second MVP ballot last year.
And what does that get you?
And he's the new highest paid quarterback in all of football, by the way.
You are going to be so disappointed at the end of this season. But, yeah, I think, Jim Kelly's one he always got a soft spot for because, think about getting to the Super Bowl 4 times and not winning it. And really, the first one they had a good chance to win, the other one's not so close.
And he's a Hall of Famer, so, yeah, that's a pretty good answer. I think he might even top Jesse's answer, Dan Marino.
Yeah. Do you think college football will ever adopt the NFL kickoffs?
That's on you there.
I'm not going to lie. I think it's probably going to be a 2-year thing. If there's positive reviews from the NFL, I think it'll probably trickle down. I actually saw a story about an area high school team in whatever their conference, they're not doing kickoffs.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember where it was.
An area?
Like a conference. One team they didn't finish the season last year because they were down on players, concussions, all this. So they said we're going to not do kickoffs, which I'm not sure that's the answer. But
that kickoff rule too, by the way, the one thing I think they should do with it now is move it to the 35 to make it even more.
That you get the ball.
Yeah,
I do too.
Because they're still booting that thing through. I don't know what the percentages are. It's better than what it was, but there's still a lot of kicks that are just going through the end zone. But if you start moving that up 5 more yards to 35, that changes things a little bit, so,
I'd be on board with that.
well, thank you.
Oh, you're back, Woj. Here's another one. Ed from Waukesha. This ought to be good. Crouchy, I'm noticing that you're going out of your way to pump Woj's tires by consciously giving him giving him compliments about his performance on the podcast. Isn't it just expected that he should come play every day? Why are you giving him excessive praise routinely? On episode 71, you said mathematician, not mathematician, twice. Are you good? Well, first of all, let me address the second part, Ed. I always say mathematician, right? It's a play on words. It's like, you're not a rocket surgeon. Get it? It's a little, when you teach middle school, you got to do things like this.
What's up with you and Ed here?
I'm not sure. It's kind of getting uncomfortable.
Well, he's going after me a little bit. I think he is. Anyway, you want to repeat that question?
No. He was, I've been giving you praise for coming in hot with the podcast, kind of taking the lead on it. When I've been really busy, you've been really stepping up, but after about 20 minutes with you this morning, you're back to your old self.
Yeah, there's no compliments coming today. I think those days are gone, but I gave her 2 good weeks. I appreciate the compliments. You and Ed keeping in touch on the side a little bit, or what?
No, I don't know. But I think he's just trying to get back to that villain role. But Ed, I'm a positive guy. I always compliment good performances, and up until today, Oj has been on fire.
The other thing from Ed from Waukesha is he has just some major negative issues with the Brewers too. The only time I hear from him is when they lose 2 or 3 games in a row. Then he's all over them.
He's one of those guys, eh?
Yep. Now they've won. They just beat Arizona to take the first 2 in that series. Took 2 out of 3 in the last series. The only time I heard from them in the last series was the game they lost. Okay, they ended up winning that series. Now they've taken 2 in a row from the Diamondbacks. The magic number's at like 5. I haven't heard a thing from them.
Is he one of those guys where
Yes.
if you gave him the winning Mega Millions ticket, he would complain that he had to pay taxes on it?
You got it. That's him.
We can't allow that negativity. We can't let that just seep in here, Oj.
It's tough to deal with. I'm trying to enjoy the Brewers season, and he's
Which is going to lead to heartbreak yet
like
again.
the Mavericks, always bringing me down. Anyway,
Matt from Mohawk. I don't understand this question. Maybe you can help me, Oj. He goes, is NAU now called the Astro Jacks? Have you heard anything about Northern Arizona changing their nickname?
we got a pretty good in there too.
Yeah.
The Astro
I
Jacks.
don't think so. They're the Lumberjacks.
Is there something we don't know?
I don't know. This Matt from Mohawk, maybe
Well, let's figure it out.
has he been hitting the bottom?
Astro Snacks. We'll try that one again.
Yeah, I don't understand the question, Matt from Mohawk, but maybe he's still reeling from the lack of performance by Jason.
Hey,
Taylor.
here we go. There you go. He's on it.
Come on.
Got to give him a little credit. Lumberjacks unveil first ever alternate identity. All Astro Jack games will feature custom team uniforms, one-of-a-kind fan giveaways, contest. Yeah, I think we got to take. I think you owe him an apology.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Yeah, look at that.
Okay, so
Northern Arizona Astro Jacks.
how come this is the first we're hearing of this?
Yeah, I think
We've
this
been in contact with a certain person in Flagstaff, Arizona, in the last few days, and we have heard nothing about this.
Northern Arizona University Athletic Department is proud to announce the department's first ever alternate identity.
I don't even know where to go with this.
Well, thank you, Matt from Mohawk. That was awesome. And Shane Burkhardt, you got to get your what together and fill us in this stuff.
Are we gonna?
We're the official podcast of Northern Arizona.
This is the first we're hearing of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's gonna go in the year-end review. All right. Oh boy, Cask and Flagon, and he's got a dissertation here today. Do you want to read it or should I?
You know the answer to that one.
Crouchy and Oj, I'm still a huge fan of Ed from Waukesha. We're just 2 lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year. How about them lyrics, Oj?
Yeah, I'm well aware.
I am writing you from this town just north of where a 6-time NFL champion New England Patriots play their home games. Impressive win last week by the Pats. Hey, Crouchy. Oh, for sure, Cask and Flagon. I was watching MLB, an MLB game that went into extras. A runner was placed on second base in the 10th, and the announcer referred to him as a ghost runner. Anyone that has ever played wiffle ball in the backyard knows that a ghost runner is not a real person. Please let me know your thoughts on the use of this term by professional announcers. Do you have any insight as to how a pitcher's ERA is potentially impacted by a ghost runner? It's actually a great question.
It is, and I was 100% on board with him. I think it's stupid to call it a ghost runner. I mean, ghost runners are meant for the backyard wiffle ball.
When you
100%. You're playing 3-on-3 wiffle ball or whatever, right? There's going to be a ghost runner.
Probably playing pitcher's hand too. Did you ever play pitcher's hand?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Pitcher's hand, ghost runners.
So that it's a ridiculous term for that guy at second base, which I actually like that rule, speeding the game up. I know you probably don't, but
No, I love it. I was thinking about this question here. He does bring up a valid point about that guy on second and his ERA, but then I'm like, well, if you're a relief pitcher and you come in and there's a guy on second and third and they score, that does not go against your ERA, I believe.
yeah.
So I assume that's the same. I don't know whose ERA that would go against, if it goes against anybody's, but I don't think it goes against that pitcher, at least in my opinion.
We should have figured that question out and got an actual answer.
Well,
It's not my fault. I can't read it.
I just think that, like, if I'm pitching, if you're pitching and you leave the bases loaded and I come in to,
Inherited runners.
so I assume it's the same thing. Let's go with it.
Maybe it goes on the line of the last pitcher that was out there, no matter what.
Yeah, I don't think it goes to the pitcher on the mound. That's my thoughts, but
Good question.
yeah, actually solid. Mailbag was a little heavy today. Good to see. Located 8 miles south of Lake Linden on the Blue Jack Road, the Dreamland Restaurant's your choice for great dining. Family owned and operated for over 100 years. Whether you're in the mood for their Mexican Monday specials, burgers, pizza, or a Friday fish fry, Dreamland is your next stop. This ought to be listen to the lyrics to remember, hey, Oj?
Well, we got wager talk. We got to get our bets in.
Oh yeah, why didn't we do it at the beginning?
Hey,
Holy cow.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah, so I guess before listening to the lyrics, we'll do our little picks. So last week, we both went 1 and 2.
Yeah, we were not very impressive. You had a tough one there with, well, let's see, your big win was Tampa Bay. They rolled. You lost your Seattle pick and your Cincinnati pick. I think Seattle was that was a tough one, right?
They
They were
did.
6.5 points.
And they won by 6.
Yeah, so that was a tough loss for you. I was equally as useless last week. Did get a win with the Chargers and lost with Atlanta and New York Giants, the New York Giants. So we're both 1 and 2.
New York football.
The New York Football Giants. Did you see their uniforms
No,
last week?
no.
Well, they had the winged helmets, Michigan's.
Oh, I
Blue and
remember.
red. They look
Oh,
like
they were the old throwbacks or something.
they look like Montreal Canadiens. I had.
Did they take the face masks off?
Oh, it was brutal. Anyway, what do you got today?
For NFL picks, number 1 is I'm gonna take your Cowboys at home against the Saints. I got them at
Damn.
I got them at -6. I think they win that. I win the 7 points. They win by at least.
So much for that on my list.
Well, you're allowed to pick the same ones.
There, just reaching for my readers. It's unbelievable.
Almost took your microphone off.
I got it. This is. Give me a second here.
Do you want me to do?
Awkward
Want me to
day
do
here.
all 3 of mine first?
You're supposed to keep talking. Professionals would continue.
Well, there's a ghost runner. There's a ghost announcer.
Have some type of conversation while I'm trying to read this.
It's hard to talk when I'm watching you try to look at your phone. First of all, the phone is an iPhone 3, and the font is size 0.25.
Is that Lion game -8?
The line game I have at -8.
All right, I'm taking Tampa Bay +8.
Really? I like it.
There.
I like it.
Detroit had that big emotional win last week. I think Tampa, actually, the best quarterback in the league last week was Baker Mayfield, by the way. So, all right, I got Tampa +8.
I'm just looking at the games. Are you going to watch the Giants at the Commanders?
Can you imagine
Holy cow.
if that was the only option today?
How about this one? Rams at the Cardinals. The Cardinals are -1. I'm gonna take the Rams. I like the Rams just to win that game outright.
Yeah,
I don't
they're
understand.
+1.
Yeah, That's what I'm seeing.
Okay, I would.
Boy, I'm taking all your
You're
picks.
taking total advantage of me today too, aren't you?
I am.
Rams are +1. All right. Cincinnati's got all kinds of issues. I don't even know what's going on with Jamar Chase. In or out, or there's all kinds of tension over there. Jacksonville is -3. Cleveland,
I thought you said Cleveland sucks.
they do, so I'm taking Jacksonville. You didn't let me get to my point. -3, I don't know how Cleveland can be +3, only +3 with anybody after last week. So give me the Jacksonville Jaguars,
Okay.
-3.
All right. And for my third pick today, like we already talked about, the Packers are +2.5. If that's what you got at home.
Yep.
One of your betting rules, I believe, and other people, is take the home dog at Lambeau. I'm taking the Packers with Indianapolis.
You got 3 good ones out there today.
Well, I'm dialed in.
Well, boy, I'd love to take Tennessee too after that. I mean, the Jets are 4-point favorites on the
It's a
road.
big game for the Jets right now because if they crap in their lunch pail today, it's going to be a long year in New York.
Yeah, I'm not touching that. Well, I'm gonna stick with Coach Harbaugh.
I like that game too. What do they?
Carolina was absolute garbage last week. Chargers are 5.5-point favorites on the road,
They win by a
but they
touchdown.
can win by a touchdown against Carolina. So I will take the LA Chargers at -5.5. Who's got it better than us?
Nobody.
Well, you gotta go, nobody. Anyway, we'll work on that for next week. -5.5.
We're gonna have to do a GoFundMe so we can get you some readers. Should
Yeah.
probably keep a pair of readers here actually.
It's a very,
Put
very
'em-
good point.
Put them right in this little bin next to your head.
Now I'm accidentally making bets. I gotta get off of this site. Oh, how am I gonna read this?
Anything else from the show that we did not bring up because we're obviously a little discombobulated today?
I'm assuming and hoping by the time we meet again next week that my Milwaukee Brewers will be the official National League Central champions. Magic numbers getting that close. Back-to-back National League Central champions, by the way.
So again, I reiterate that disappointment is going to be monumental this fall.
I think it looks like there's a little bit of separation though for them trying to get that number 2 seed. I know that's what we were hoping for, but they're trying to catch Philly. The Mets are hot, and that actually looks like that could be a first-round playoff match.
Oh,
with the
boy.
Brewers. But anyway, trying to stay grounded a little bit with that. But
Let's keep the positivity rolling.
I will be popping champagne during the week if that happens, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to be over that night.
Oh heck yeah,
Because we talked about Thursday recordings now,
yeah.
which is way better than this 8 o'clock on a Sunday with all my reader stuff. So anyway, is it time for the lyrics?
It is. Let's get the blue notebook open, and I actually feel like I should tape the taping of this. What are you looking for?
I'll just read the announcement after.
You're
How am I
reading.
gonna? Here's the best part. Look at the color of pen that I had to use to write this stuff down.
Holy, it's written in neon green. I don't know if I can read that. Well, you're just gonna have to speak from the heart then, Oj.
This is unbelievable. I feel bad for the song. All right, I'm going to try my best here. Why would I use a green pen? Are you kidding me? All right, in the late 60s. No, I'm going to start that one over.
Oh boy, this is probably gonna end up on the SS3TP blooper reel.
So I'm just gonna hodgepodge through this a little bit. So back in the day, I think what I was trying to say here, and I got it's the 90s. Holy Christ! So back in the day, I had a list of my top 40 songs of all time, and I wrote down a little.
So Casey Kasem has a top 40,
Yeah,
and so does
yeah.
Oj.
This
Oj is
is-
top 40.
In the late 90s, early 2000s, I did this, and I actually had CDs made from that. Off of
You didn't
computer
make
somewhere. No, I think I was able to burn.
Really?
Yeah, I think I learned how to do that.
I
So
thought
I
maybe
had-
you were going dual cassette with the tape and stop playing record.
No, I had CDs of this, but I actually had the list of these songs, and I would write a little tidbit next to each as to why.
Like a journal.
Yeah, kind of like this. And now I'm doing it for real. on the air. So during that whole deal, I had that top 40. This song was actually number 3 at the time.
Oach's top 40.
Oach's top 40, yeah. And when I was doing a little research on this song, I figured out and was totally surprised that it was actually not written by Glenn Campbell at all. This song was written by a guy named John Hartford. Is that what that says? Can you see that name anywhere in there? No, I scribbled through this pretty.
John Hartford.
Yeah. What else did I say about him?
I've always loved the lyrics describing a traveling man, and then descending about his last love.
Reminiscing probably about his last.
Oh yeah, but you probably should go to penmanship camp in the summer.
Well, I scribble this as quick as I can. Anything else that you saw there that's interesting?
I do like the color, the shade of green in it.
So Hartford wrote this song, and at the time, Glenn Campbell was a session musician. Trying to say that real fast without all readers on. In Nashville, he was like the main guy as far as Nashville session recorders were at that time. He was the man, the guitarist and everything. So he came upon this song and did the best version of it all time. Kudos to Hartford for writing this thing, but it was basically about a little. He said about a hobo. That was kind of. You like that term?
Actually, when I do hear the word hobo, it does make me chuckle.
Yeah. So that was his take on it. As the guy traveled the country and reminisced about lost love, as you so eloquently put it a few minutes ago. So I apologize. This was obviously the worst ever. Listen to the lyrics description of all time, but enjoy Gentle on My Mind by Glenn Campbell. Listen to the lyrics was brought to you by Keweenaw Auto Body, located on Pine Street in Calumet. They are your choice for quality collision and body repair since 1966. They are open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and 8 to 12 on Saturday. Give them a call at 906-337-1203. I'm quite certain they're going to pull their advertisement after listening to that nonsense.
Boy, they've been pretty loyal to us as well, but man,
Yeah,
you know, expectations, waiting for the podcast to release, and they probably fast forward through all of our nonsense to get to this, and well, you know,
Well, it's been an ugly morning all the way around. It really has.
it can only get better, right?
I-
Although I'm still concerned about you driving a car without your glasses, but there's a lot of deer in the valley right now too.
I saw 2 on the way in here, actually, going to farm. So, yeah, once again, I don't apologize, I don't even care. Who am I apologizing to?
Me?
I spit and sputtered my way through this whole show today. And,
Playing hurt?
yeah, it's
Playing hurt?
what it is. We'll be back and better than ever next week. We get, as far as our bets today, there is no real wager talk, but I think I really liked the Cowboys pick. I got highlighted at -6. Prop bet wise, I haven't even looked. So that's all I got wager talk wise. If you were hoping for more, screw you, because that's all I got today.
All right, boy, that's bringing some sunshine to this gloomy morning. But anything else next week? Probably again, this football season, that would probably be a little bit more organized. Probably not shooting for the 8 a.m.
Yeah,
You're not really a morning person, are you?
not when you do what you do on Saturday nights. Do what I do on Saturday nights. Yeah, so we'll see.
Did you drink a whole box?
No. We actually had a good time after the game. Went over to the B&B, which I have not been there in a long
Oh, I
time.
saw a couple of pictures you had.
Yep, saw Hookham eat his first pickled egg.
He's never had a pickled egg.
Never had a pickled egg.
How is
Very
that?
odd.
How is that possible?
I don't think they do that stuff in Texas.
Don't they pickle everything in Texas?
No, they just put hot sauce and
Oh.
stuff. Yeah, he never had that.
Did he like it?
Seemed to. Well, he said, I think he actually said it was a little, and he was right, it was a little bland, like they just put him in the brine, you know, it wasn't
Yeah.
really, didn't have that strong
Didn't have a
flavor.
good 3-day soak.
Right. But I did have about 8 baskets of popcorn over there, they got free popcorn, so that's always good.
That's always good.
They needed a broom and a dustpan when I was done.
Shoveling it. You are one of the great popcorn eaters of all time, Owen.
Yes, I am. So yeah, other than that, like I said, excited for the Brewers. We will see what happens. Get that division clinched, so then they can align their rotation for the postseason.
Any, you got to work on. Hey, by the way, what about the scoreboard situation in Cal?
Yeah,
You forgot to bring that up.
yeah, that was rough. Copper King game against Nagani on Saturday or Friday night. There was no scoreboard. I thought Lundy handled everything really well.
Lundy did a hell of a job. The best part is all these little elementary kids kept coming around and asking you questions, and I kept telling them that you were the one that broke the scoreboard.
Yeah, I'm sure they won't forget that, so I'll be dealing with that for the first few days this week at school.
Oh, great. All right, see you, Oj.
Talk to you later, Coachy.